Hello, everybody. Welcome to the horror show-ish. We're taking the week off. I'm packing. I'm moving in 2 days, and we're coming off of a pretty crazy live show. I'm not sure if Joe's alive or not, but what we figured we'd do is give you one of our Patreon episodes. Just give you a little taste of that. This one was one of my favorites. It's the Star Wars Holiday Special we did with our friend JP from the Knights of Pin. That's his Instagram, at the Knights of Pin. Huge Star Wars guy, and we talked about the Star Wars Holiday Special. The sound's not great. I wish we did it a little differently, but we had some technical issues on it. But it's still a fun episode. I really enjoyed it, and it was great for the holidays. So I'm going to give you guys that in February because that's topical. So enjoy this, guys, and thank you for your patience. The shirts and sweatshirts are in, so I'm going to be sending those out as soon as I get settled into the house, so probably this weekend. So that's all I've got, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks to all the Patreon members for the live show this weekend. Oh my God, it was crazy. Thanks to everyone that bought tickets and joined us. You guys are even more incredible. It was like a 6-hour event. So many people hung in there. Wow, it was crazy. So anyway, guys, enjoy this. It is the Star Wars Holiday Special. Recording, holy shit. Okay, I'm recording. We got a red light. We got numbers going up. Everything is great. My mic is tested. I'm good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another bonus episode of the horror show. Usually we just, talk some shit, but this time we got something to talk about this week. A little treasure that, I mean, it's a known treasure, unknown to me though. I had not seen this, and this is the Star Wars Holiday Special. For Christmas. Now, Joe, this is something you watch regularly.
I watch it every year, the week before Christmas. So it's listen. I watched it for the first time maybe a decade ago, and it was one of the worst things I had ever seen. And the only reason I revisited it the following year was because I was with somebody, and I was like, dude, you have to see how fucking shitty this movie is. So that's kickstarted the tradition. And then once I watched it, the second time, come the third year, I was like, yeah, fuck, might as well watch it again. And then it's honestly something I look forward to. Like it's very weird. I do not enjoy this movie whatsoever. There's very little to enjoy about this movie, but it's just like a welcoming tradition that I have to have. I have to watch it.
It is genuinely unenjoyable. I can say that. But at the same time, oh man, this is prime horror show content. This movie. It's
fucking bananas.
It's fucking absolutely crazy. I'm pulling up the IMDb because there's so many weird.
There's a lot of things I want to say, and while you're pulling that up, I just want to point out, which I know like people know, but I just really, really want to highlight that Star Wars came out in 1977.
Correct.
It's one of the biggest movies, arguably the biggest movie of all time. This came out a year after,
mm-hmm.
And it didn't tank or ruin the franchise. Like they were still able to put out like, can you imagine if the Avengers came out and then they did a fucking holiday special this shitty? Nobody would go see the Age of Ultron. Like it would just be dead in the water. Everyone would be like, well, this is done. Like it was a fluke,
And, yeah.
And also, this introduced Boba Fett, one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars pantheon. This is his introduction to the universe,
which is insane. Which is fucking insane.
It's fucking insane.
No, here's the thing that I read was George Lucas wrote the Boba Fett skit.
Okay.
Whereas he was not involved at all in the rest of the holiday special.
Okay.
The holiday skit, or the Boba Fett skit, my understanding was supposed to be like kind of like a script for a new cartoon. and so he wrote it, and he had really no participation in the holiday special other than he was like, I want it to be about Chewbacca's family, which, by the way, that puts a pretty heavy percentage of guilt on George Lucas.
That puts almost the entirety of the guilt. because like Chewbacca, there's no doubt, people love Chewbacca. Like
Sure.
when you see him on the first time, you're like, I want more of Chewbacca.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They want more of Chewbacca. I can guarantee you, I can honestly guarantee you, there wasn't a single person in 1977 that was like, gee, I wonder what Chewbacca's mom and dad were doing. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And even if they did wonder that, they didn't want to watch Chewbacca's mom fucking watch a Julia Child's Martian cooking show and make her own recipe. It's so fucking ridiculous that this got greenlit. Also, they didn't bother to subtitle the Wookiee language. So you just have to sit there and listen to them fucking growl at each other for the first 30 minutes of the movie, and it's scattered throughout it as well. It's fucking honestly ridiculous.
I remember you told me the first 30 minutes and I'm watching it. Then Luke pops up in 15-minute mark. And I was like, okay, so it's not as bad as Joe says. And then Luke's gone 3 seconds later. And it's just back to growling fucking Wookiees again.
Dude, that's the other thing. They have, Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill.
Yep.
They are in it for a combined total of maybe 4 minutes. They're in it for so little. It's fucking ridiculous.
And Mala is his wife, right?
Yes.
Then there's Itchy, who is his dad. And then Lumpy
is son.
His son Lumpy, who, by the way, he just leaves these people at home. Like, he is a deadbeat dad, right? Like, Chewbacca's not home ever.
There's no way he's ever home. He flies the galaxy with Harrison Ford. That's his fucking MO.
He's fucking what a depressing piece of shit. The other thing that I thought was super funny about this was the credits, which was they did this big elaborate credit where it was like Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker.
It was like the Love Boat, because they each had like a circle cut out of their face, and that's how they introduced Chewbacca's family. It's like, and introducing Lumpy. Like, are you kidding me?
and the other funny thing was, it was like R2D2 as himself. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fucking weird, because there was a man in R2D2, Ken Baker, right? And I was like, that's kind of fucking awful. That's really fucking...
I say the same thing every time. And that's so funny you brought it up, because even today, Tina was sitting next to me while it was starting. I was like, oh man, all these people are dead now, because Darth Vader just died.
Yep.
The guy who played Darth Vader. And they just introduced the voice of Darth Vader, and then R2D2 as himself.
Well, it turns out Ken did not perform. No one performed as R2D2. He was an entirely remote controlled unit operated by Mick Garris.
No.
Who at the time was George Lucas's secretary.
Dude, no way. Dude, I bet you we could get Mick on. And I just want to ask him about controlling R2D2 in the holiday special. Dude, oh my god! I honestly, if I have your blessing, I might reach out to Joe tonight and be like, "Can you hook us up with Mick?" And just let him know I'm only going to ask questions about it.
Absolutely. No, let's bring in JP real quick. JP is from Knights of the Pin, and he did our pins, and he is like a diehard. He's a diehard Star Wars guy.
He sells Star Wars merch.
Oh, and some of the best Star Wars merch ever. Like, I fucking love it.
That's what Knights of the Pin is.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for clearing that up, because every week I'm just like, Knights of the Pin, like not doing very good at promoting his business. So let's talk to JP real quick. He has a great radio voice. Hang on one second.
Okay, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing. He just
Well,
Christmas shit and work and everything.
yeah, well, thank you for getting those pins together for us and helping me navigate the insane world of pin purchasing.
Yeah, man, it's a giant pain in the ass. I'm sorry you had to deal with it.
No, it is fine. It is just a totally different world.
Dude, it's different straight from the rip.
Yeah, so I should talk to you. I should talk to you later about. I got to talk to you later about my friend that does the screen printing. But here's what I wanted to talk to you about. We're calling you in right now as a special guest to discuss, real quick, the holiday special from Star Wars.
Star Wars, the holiday special.
From 1978. Yes. Is this, so first, my biggest question is this canon?
No. But like, it's funner if it is. Because then it's funner if it's canon for me, because that means Chewie got laid. So that's pretty tight.
And which is a good point. Chewie had sex.
And then, yeah, Chewie, it's under that like furry, got some, I assume it's like a dog, but
fucking disgusting.
But I couldn't. No, dude, what's more disgusting is that I believe it's his kid, is named Lumpy.
Lumpy.
So, so that's more disgusting. But
now, does Chewbacca's dad masturbate to Diane Carroll?
Oh, dude, absolutely, 100%. You notice how it's just on his face; it never goes below the waist. It's just his face, and he is super enjoying it.
Dude, that scene is unbelievable. That scene is fucking unbelievable.
I mean, she's talking. It's on her for a while, like talking about how she is the fantasy, and I forget what verb she's using, but she's just like, she's pretty much just being like, fucking have a wank right now.
Dude, for sure. For sure. She's saying things like, I am your pleasure, like pleasure yourself to me. It's like, it's very aggressive. And when, again, JP, we were talking about how I'd heard of this. This is the first time I watched it. And I've heard of it, and you hear these things like Chewbacca's dad jerks off to this holographic image. And I'm like, okay, that's probably like blown out of proportion. And then you watch it, and it's so not.
Absolutely not.
It's so fucking not.
Yeah.
Do you like the holiday special?
The holiday special has a really beautiful, really wonderful special place in my heart. I've watched it every year. Me and my friends get together. We watch it. They get drunk. I'm straight edge, so I don't drink. But we all get hang out. They get drunk, and we just lose our fucking mind because regardless of how many times you watch it, it's never not funny. Especially when Chewie's dad goes to put that helmet on and beats off. One, it's never not funny, and two, it's never not strange. You never become numb to that fact.
It's so wild. It's so wild. And
why does Chewbacca's mom have the most severe underbite of all time? Like, her bottom lip is up by her nose. What were the puppeteers thinking?
Listen, man. So I'm actually going to drop this. Are you talking about hold on, man. I got to look at pictures. So in the holiday special, it's his wife, his son, and his granddad, or his dad, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know. I don't know what. So there's a lot of things that happen in this, and I don't know how y'all want to talk about it or how you're trying to break it down. But it is literally the most ridiculous thing in the fucking world. Basically, it was a cash grab to try and make money off of Star Wars. Luke has a bowl cut. It's fucking stupid. At the very end of it, when they're all wearing their robes, holding the crystal ball for Labyrinth, at the end of it, Leia is just coked out of her mind. Like Carrie Fisher is just gone.
That's
Like,
what I was gonna say. I was gonna say
that.
that the shots of her are unbelievable. She is a space cadet. Like she is out to fucking lunch in this.
Yeah, no, she is truly gone. Which makes me. I mean, like, dude, it's Carrie Fisher, man. Like, I love her till the day I die, and it just makes it that much better because she's singing. You know, she doesn't even know what she's singing. And it's a beautiful thing. I love the holiday special.
So I watch it every year as well. I was saying before you hopped on that like I recognize it's a fucking piece of shit, but there's just something about it that I have to keep coming back to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now I do want to ask you, which version did y'all watch? Did you see the one with the commercials built into it?
The furries at 10. Remember when South Park did that spoof?
Oh my god! I did not realize that that's what they were doing. That's fucking amazing.
Like the furries or the fuzzies or whatever the fuck they were saying.
Oh no! Was that on ours, Joe? I don't even remember that. I know there was something.
No, I did not watch the one with the commercials.
But you've seen the one with the commercials.
Yes.
Okay.
Next time you watch it, so in 365 days, and you watch it again, make sure you watch it with the commercials. Like Sean, do yourself the favor. It's like the most ridiculous 70s shit. Like outside of the holiday special in general, the commercials, holy shit. There's one for like the Women's American like clothes cleaning union or some shit, but like the leader of the union's like a man in like a 3-piece beige suit and he's balding. Dude. And then I really want to make a pin. There's an amazing toy, and me and my friends quote it to each other like every year. But there's a toy and it's a robot, like a remote controlled robot. And the entire time they're like, "It's Tobor. It's robot spelled backwards." And it's just the dumbest fucking thing.
It's Tobor.
I really want to make a Tobor pin. Tobor. It's robot spelled backwards. Come on.
Oh man,
that's a great idea for a pin.
That is, I actually love it. I'm actually just browsing through the YouTube of the one with commercials, and it is insane. Some of these commercials on here.
I might throw it on after we record.
I do rewatch it. I might also.
Please, and then text me as you do because it's a really great one. It's just a bald eagle flying, and then it cuts, and it's like, oh, fuck, what is it? It's like the washing machine.
Dude, it's Whirlpool. I just found it. It's literally just a shot of dude, it's just nature photography of bald eagles swooping down and catching fish out of water, and then it just says Whirlpool.
And that's it. Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck is happening?
The 70s were a time.
Oh my god, imagine this selling a fucking dishwasher. Oh my god. So the special is crazy. There's a lot of musical numbers, which I was not expecting.
Dude, Jefferson Starship plays a fucking 8-minute song in its entirety.
Oh my god.
And I would honestly argue that it's Jefferson Starship's best song. Because, I don't mind Jefferson Airplane, but Jefferson Starship sucked. And that song's not bad, but there's no reason for them to be playing. Oh, first of all, why are they there? Like, why is Jefferson Starship in this universe? And then there's no reason for them to play a song for 8 minutes.
So you absolutely know somebody was like, "Oh my god, who can we get? We need something with space and Jefferson Starship. They're a spaceship starship. Let's roll."
That has to be it, right?
Oh, absolutely. It is like mind-numbingly want to rip your eyeballs out long.
And the whole movie is actually long. Joe had texted me the night before saying the first 30 minutes has no dialogue. It's just Wookiees growling at each other.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no text, like no nothing
That
to go with.
Sean messaged me. He's like, "Oh, it must be our copy." I'm like, "Sean, I watch this every fucking year. There's no whoever made it just overlooked the fact that we can't understand what these are saying."
which I read that the director or no, oh, you know who was writing for this? Bruce Valanche was the writer for this, and he was like, hey. What are we gonna do about if you want this movie made about Wookiees? Like, they don't speak English. And George Lucas, I guess, was like, I don't care. It's got to be about Wookiees. And Bruce was like, oh, okay.
Got it. Makes my job that much. Do you think about being that writer? You're just like, yeah.
Yeah, and that first 30 minutes,
$100 I've ever made.
right? And the first 30 minutes is really like just them doing household shit, and like you're kind of getting the picture that like Chewie's not home yet, but like we also know Chewie's with Han, so you're kind of like, well, who gives a shit? That seems like what he does anyway. Like, what?
You know what cracks me up about the special is fucking Harvey Korman. He plays 4 different roles.
Oh,
like he's a huge star at this time. Like he's coming off Blazing Saddles. He's on the Carol Burnett show. I mean, he's a comedic, and like he was so excited, like because he's the only one that played 4 characters, and everything he does, he's giving it 110%. He's playing that 4-armed Julia Child alien on the cooking show, and
that is the best character. Like
he's so like blissfully unaware of like how the rest of the movie is, because he's just completely dedicated. Like he's acting harder than anybody's ever acted, and he's completely dedicated to the role. It's fucking amazing.
When he plays the droid, like the cyborg droid, and he's like freaking out and blooping and messing up, and he like resets himself and he twists his ear. Like my man is giving it. Like he's
acting his ass off.
Now, like speaking of just people that they got on this at that same time, man, with like B. Arthur also playing in that, which is hands down the best musical number in the entire series of that show. I love it. It's fantastic. But that also being said, speaking of canon, not to jump back. So there was a book that was released a couple years ago called From a Certain Point of View. And it's just the story of like A New Hope. And they just released one for Empire Strikes Back that tells the story from like different points of view of different characters. And in that book, actually B. Arthur's character is in it. So that character is canon.
Oh my God.
Akmina is canon?
Yes, sir.
Dude, B. Arthur segment was crazy too, and the android segment was like an acid trip. I thought I was like I thought I couldn't see straight. I was like, what the fuck is happening with this guy? And I couldn't tell if it was digitally altered, which I guess it wouldn't be digital, but like fucked with the film,
yeah,
or if he was doing that.
So I definitely think it was like a fucked with the film a little bit, just to make him have those like weird quirks, like reverse.
It was insane. It was fucking bizarre.
I'm like looking up pictures of him and B. Arthur. His character in that is just such a creep too. Like,
oh yeah, dude. But that segment, okay. So you might say the musical. Yeah, I'll say the music was fine. That segment, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I didn't know why we were there. I didn't know why B. Arthur was like, everyone's got to fucking leave. The Empire says so, and then everyone's like banging their cups on the table, and she's like, oh, fine. And I was like, what? That doesn't seem right. I feel like I'd run away from the Empire. That and Lumpy's like toys that he plays with, which includes that android fucking scene, but also that weird. It looked like the table that is the normal chess set, you know, from the Millennium Falcon, but that's in the house. except this time circus performers come out of it. And that scene, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I was like, what?
It's like fucking Heffalumps and Woozles from Winnie the Pooh.
It was so bizarre. And like the technology that they use in this special seems so, like, I feel like no one gave it a glance through and was like, hey, this isn't like the way it works in this in this universe. Because they have the table, which, you know, obviously that was in the Millennium Falcon, but like Lumpy's like, oh my God, what is this? And it's like, dude, you've probably had that there for like 20 years. And then there's televisions. They're using like normal televisions to watch cooking programs and other things. So it was very odd. It was just a very odd movie. I debate whether I love it or hate it, and I think it's like somehow a perfect blend of both.
It's both, yeah.
No, absolutely.
JP,
Absolutely.
you watch it every December, right? For Christmas?
Every December. So
because I do too, but Life Day is November 17th. Right? So why is it not a Thanksgiving movie? Because the movie came out on, like, the special came out on November 17th too, right?
yeah, absolutely. You honestly just blew my fucking brains out. Like, because we do no shit. We watch it. Literally, I was looking at my time hop today, and it's we watched it like this time last year. We always watch it in December, but man, that is a Thanksgiving movie. Absolutely.
There you have it. Horror Show Patreon can hip to the fact that this is now a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah,
Dude, Life Day.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie. This is a Thanksgiving movie.
Great. I'm on board with it. I'm gonna start switching up my routine.
Now, what do you think about the fact that they tried to kind of get rid of this, right? They hid it in the shadows, and somehow, for whatever reason, J.J. Abrams and Jon Favreau were both like, no, we're gonna continue to mention all the details of like Life Day.
So, do you know the famous like George Lucas quote?
No.
He said, "If I had a time and a hammer, I'd track down every bootleg copy and smash it." So he fucking hates it, which honestly like makes it kind of that much better.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, like the fact that Jon Favreau, like, one, he brought in just the phrase Life Day, which is such a great nod to this. And then secondly, the Mandalorian blaster he has is first shown and only ever shown before in Life Day with the animation segment with Boba Fett. And to see that as like an actual weapon is so fucking cool. And then to see what it does is even cooler. Like it just shows, I guess, the depth of like fans those gentlemen are, you know. I love it, but I'm sure George Lucas is just, every time someone's like, well, we're going to bring this back from Life Day, George Lucas, maybe we should not do that.
I also found it odd that Lumpy is watching a cartoon with his dad in it.
Oh shit.
Like I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like a cartoon about like a real dictator and like terrorist and his dad fighting them. Like it was really weird.
Damn. That is a completely new perspective on it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Shit.
And then the last question I had was, did you see the Lego special?
I actually did. I watched it alone in my bed on one of my days off because my wife will not have such things. So yeah,
I watched it also. Not as entertaining as this though.
I mean, listen, man, it's cute, but like it is, like it's not fun in the way that this holiday special is fun.
Yeah.
And it's whatever. It's like, I mean, it's for children. Whatever. I'm a grown child, I guess. But.
No, I mean, it's all good. Me and my son watched it. We were like, and I was like trying to tell him about this movie, and I was like, maybe we'll watch it. I'm not going to watch this with him. He has to be 18 until he can see this.
No, because then, dude, if you watch it with your son now, he's going to try and put an Oculus on his head and go buck wild.
All right, JP. Well, I appreciate.
This was awesome. We should have JP on more. Maybe for May, for May 4th, we do Ewoks: The Battle for Endor.
Holy shit! Do that because I'm assuming Joe, you've watched that.
Of course, Wilford Brimley and
Wilford Brimley.
I have not seen this, and I was actually going to ask because, I knew there was an Ewoks thing that was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's Wilford Brimley, and it has the dickhead from Die Hard, and he's also the principal in Ferris Bueller. I can't think of his name.
Oh yeah.
Who is also a pedophile, so that's fun.
That's what I was going to say.
No, not Jeffrey Jones.
Okay.
Paul Gleason. Paul Gleason is his name.
Oh.
Okay, well then I was confused.
I can't slander my man Paul's name. He might have been,
Hey, man.
Dude, this looks insane.
Still comes out.
Why is this a thing? Why?
It is. So yeah, if we do that, remind me I've got to send you some buttons in because I actually made some Battle for Endor buttons a while back that I'm
Oh my god,
fairly proud of.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. You know what's interesting too was so JP, I think you actually posted it. Maybe I mean I don't know who else would have posted it, but I remember when they announced that they were doing a Star Wars TV show, and somebody posted something recently that was like, did you ever think a Star Wars TV show would be this good? Talking about The Mandalorian. And I remember when I heard about a Star Wars TV show, this kind of shit is what ran through my head. Weird offshoot bullshit that makes no fucking sense and does not honor the movies in any way whatsoever. And so The Mandalorian was the greatest surprise that ever happened.
And JP, before you chime in, I have not seen the last episode, so please don't spoil Mandalorian.
Oh, I would never. Man. I was at Celebration last year when they showed the first 15 minutes of The Mandalorian, and so there was a point in time where The Mandalorian gets the ice cream maker.
Yes.
That and just to see honestly to see that to make this one background character, this item as background character was holding a just front and center part of this TV show, my mind was blown, and I instantly was I'm fucking 110% in. He could open that thing up and there's a pile of shit and I would be absolutely in. It was just fantastic. I mean, the whole series has just been a ride. I mean, especially ending that first episode with, another species, another of the species of Yoda. And
dude, unbelievable.
It's crazy. But Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they're just really, really huge fans, especially Filoni. And the love that they put into it, man, it does my heart super well. Yeah, I'm mind blown.
And it's weird because you think it's pretty common sense to be hey, let's incorporate things people like and try and make a good story about it. And they've avoided that for so long. And then The Mandalorian was all right, let's incorporate shit we know people like and want to see. And it's worked out pretty well.
Well, so I was so a buddy of mine hasn't seen it yet, and I was like, man, the best way that I can explain why I love this show so much is that it's taken everything from the entirety of the saga and it's put it into a package that is very much like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
There's parts where you're seeing like the stupid fucking droids that fix the pod racers. I saw them in one of these episodes and I was like, I'm so happy I'm seeing these. I don't know why. I hate them.
That is the greatest point about The Mandalorian, because I say that to my wife multiple times in the episode. It's I never thought I would be excited to see these fucking idiots, or these things that in episode 1 or episode 2 that they're throwing homage to. I'm why am I so geeked out about this when I don't even fucking care about this movie?
Oh, dude. I mean, like, how hard did your dick get whenever Boba Fett dropped that sonic bomb? Like, it blew my dude. I was like, I can't believe I give a shit about Attack of the Clones.
But the question I've had since day one or episode one is who the fuck would eat a salacious? They're skewering a salacious crumb.
Okay, I'll tell you this right now, and I'm gonna put a little secret in on you boys. I fucking hate that character so goddamn much. From the bottom of my heart, I've never hated a character in something as much as I hate that fucking character. Holy shit. So the moment I saw that and that was in the teaser at Celebration, I audibly cheered into complete silence. I was in a room of 500 people, and it was just me going, fuck yeah! And it was embarrassing. So I'll also drop some quick more knowledge on you. So the gentleman that voices Salacious Crumb is actually the same person that voices the Gremlins from Gremlins.
Oh, nice.
Very nice guy. Super, super cool.
Howie Mandel?
No, that's he does. I wish I was caught onto your joke. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I met him at a con because I'm like 501st, and he was hanging out with us, and I was like, "Oh man, so nice to meet you. You're super nice. Can we get an autograph?" Gave me an autograph, and then I turned and I said, "Man, I fucking hate your character." And I've never had someone look at me with just more disturbed looks in my life.
I'm trying to find Salacious Crumb toys to send to you anonymously.
Oh no! So okay, I house sat for my friend, and they left their Salacious Crumb like stuffed animal from their child sitting in the middle of their bed, and so when I left, I made a tiny noose and I hung it from their face.
Holy shit!
I hate that fucking character. That's why I actually have a Salacious Crumb on a spit pin because I hate them so much.
All right, last thing. How much is Joe gonna love the season finale of Mandalorian?
Joe, I need you to do me a favor, and when you finally finish watching it, just shoot me a message. Because I literally cried.
I did too. I fucking cried. I fucking cried during it.
But dude, it was a moment of like, there's no way. I cried, and then there was an emotional beat, and then I cried, and then another thing happened, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I cried. And to preface this, I was sitting in my car in front of my job, waiting to go to work. So I just walked in teary-eyed.
You know what, dude? I saw that you watched it like way early, like
yep,
like super early. You posted about it, like I think I saw it at like 7:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hey, man. Yeah, I had to go into work, so I was like, "Oh man, I'll go in a little early and I'll watch it." Yeah, I should have done that. Because then when people are like, "Oh my god, is something wrong?" and you're like, "Star Wars is beautiful." I don't know.
All right, JP, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much.
Of course, man.
Yeah, this was great. I definitely want to do Battle for Endor.
Yeah, let's do Battle for Endor.
I'm elated. I cannot wait. Truly.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks, JP.
Yeah, guys, have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
All right, man. So I think that covers the Star Wars holiday special. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about on that?
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed it.
That was fun. That was kind of fun. We don't really bring people on here. JP held his own though, so good for him. Because it's probably exhausting to deal with us talking over him. Man,
do you remember that time we had Mike and Paul on the same episode?
Oh my god,
it was just 4 people talking over each other.
That was bad. That was a bad decision. I'd do it again.
I would too.
But it was just those two are just like oblivious. So they just they don't care about the actual show. They just want to fucking speak to each other and yell at each other.
That's exactly right. You like kindly remind them that like you try and do like sign language, like pointing to the microphone, like, and it just they'll look right at you, making hand signals, and just keep talking over.
All right, man. That's it for the Star Wars holiday special. That was great. I'm so glad I watched that, and I watched it because of you, and I appreciate that because I think I will watch it every year also now. I love it. It is something else, dude. It's fucking insane. All right. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for your donations. We really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And enjoy Dial Code Santa Claus coming up on our normal show. Thanks, guys.
Oh, just real quick. I just want to shout out patron Jay Hess for that box of wine.
Oh, fucking for sure. Absolutely. Jay Hess shipped us a fucking case of wine, which he was like, let me get your address. And I was like, we really don't give out our address to people. It's not something I like to do. Because first of all, we don't need anything extra. Like just the donations and even just the support and listening is enough for us. Right. But Jay was pretty adamant about it. I was like, all right. And I talked to him for a while, so I was like, "Hey, here you go, man." Like, and I gave him my work address. And I was in my office, and I hear this guy, like the delivery guy, come in and be like, "I need someone that's 21 to sign off on this." I'm like, "What?" I'm like thinking he's like joking or something. And I hear my assistant be like, "Okay," and like laughing. And he's like, "No, for real, you have to be 21." And she's like, okay, I am. And he's like, all right, it's wine. I'm like, what the fuck? Who shipped wine to our office? I was like, what the fuck is this? So I went out there and she's like, it's for you. I was like, what the fuck? And I opened it and it was a case of wine from Jay, which did not have his name or anything on it. So I guessed accurately. And I was like, hey, did you send me a fucking case of wine? And he was like, yeah, Merry Christmas. That's all. And I was like, what the fuck? But
much appreciated.
Oh my God, it's great. I can't wait I'm actually drinking it right now.
Nice.
Smooth as fuck. This'll jack you up. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much and enjoy the new episode.
Thanks.
Adios.